We're both born and raised in Houston, Texas. We ended up growing up together, actually going to the same church. So we've been together ever since, probably about 25 years.
And we still like each other.
Sometimes. Just to give you an idea of what kind of child Lauryn was, she was very bright. She loved ladybugs. For some reason, ladybugs really connected with Lauryn, and
people just drew to her.
Leia, she was 3, just turning 4. And Leia would be running around and bumping into walls, and Lauryn, she would just kind of sit back and watch Leia, and fascinated at the things that she would do. She would say, Leia, like, Leia. We just knew that she was a special child.
So she was at school, and so her teacher was like, something is not right. She's like laying her head down. We took her to the urgent care. Maybe about an hour in, she started to have a seizure. And so that led them to scan her brain.
Went from being told it was strep throat to you have a tumor. You know, our life basically changed in a night. While you're in the hospital with your child, those bills are still coming.
Sometimes, you know, you don't really expect a lot as far as support. My first encounter with Candlelighters, Janie walked into our room, and just their presence, you know, that means so much. And really at that point, any little thing helped. If it was just, I'll buy lunch today, or I'll pay for parking today.
It took a load off our backs.
My favorite part about the Candlelighters was getting the balloons. They were very fun and kind.
It's more of a family feel. When we pull up to an event, it's like, hey, it's the Criswells, like it's the Criswell family. True. So you guys have shown up, shown out.
After all her previous scans had been cleared, it was showing that
tumor was back.
It returned.
And there was nothing that we could do in our parently power to stop what was going on. The doctors couldn't do anything but to continue to keep cutting, and we just didn't want her to live that kind of quality of life. That's probably the hardest decision to ever make. I would just say, baby, you know, Daddy did all he could. I'm sorry. She would just do like this, like, I'm okay. When your child passes, a part of you dies with you.
So you're just like walking this life after that in autopilot, so to speak. I'm not sure if Candlelighters really understand the impact that they've had. They are one of the only childhood pediatric cancer foundations that still include grieving families. That amount of support is part of the reason why we can still keep going and keep ticking and doing day-to-day things.
There's a beating heart behind the Candlelighters. These parents that go through these situations with their children, they need this kind of support. As a family that's personally been, you know, affected by this monster, cancer, we appreciate the help.